Video log, December 23rd, 2013. This is an extra special Christmas present video log where I am going to teach anyone interested how to knit. Okay, my mom requested knitting lessons for Christmas, and I thought, well, there's no way in heck I'm paying someone for knitting lessons, so I'll just teach myself, then teach her. Okay, but anyone out there who wants to learn how to knit, this is probably the best video you're ever going to find about that. All right, so first things you need some yarn, okay, some needles, and probably some scissors. Okay, that probably won't hurt. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is we need to get the yarn on a needle. Okay, so to do this, we're going to start by making a slip knot. So come around here maybe.
Like this side?
Yeah. All right. So, pardon the blanket. Okay. So we're going to twist the yarn so we have one in front of the other. 2 fingers through, pull down, and up. Okay. Put the needle through the yarn. Help I pull on the right thing. There we go. Now we don't need this much of a tail. Cut that off. Okay. Step 1 done. All right. So now we need to get the rest of the yarn for our first row on the needle. Okay. It's called casting on for everyone who's interested. Okay. So take needle in your right hand, yarn in the left hand, put thumb around, needle goes through, and there we go. Sound effects help. Thumb around, needle through, thumb around, needle through. Okay, and this is going to determine how wide your first row is going to be. One problem I constantly ran into is making my first row way too wide, leaving me with too much crap, because this will spread out a little bit. Okay, so when you're done, this is going to spread out. So try to keep it loose and don't go too wide. For this first one, we're going to do about 10 wide. That's fine. Okay, and there we go. So next step is actually knitting our second row. Okay, so to do this, we take our needle with our thread on it in the left hand and the other needle in the right hand. And what's this called? This is called like continent. No, is this the English method? I forget. There's 2 methods of knitting. This is one of them.
I think it's not continental.
It's not continent. Okay, so it's the other one. Whatever. Okay, we have our research department looking into this. All right. So now do our knit stitch, and that's the stitch we're going to learn today. Take our needle, okay? We're going to go through that first loop behind it, okay? So that we have something that looks like this. Take our thread, go around. So now we're going to have something that looks like this. Can you get a good shot of that, Julie? Maybe. Okay, where we have the thread between, needle like that. I'm bringing focus, so that's fine. Okay. Now on our right one, we're going to go over that first thread and then under our next row and pull everything over top. Now, this was the hardest part for me, so we'll just show a bunch of these. So we go under, wrap over that first one we just put, and then pull off one. Under, wrap, pull off one. Now this is also where you want to try to make it not so tight, okay, or you'll run into problems later. Like I can show you a bunch of failed examples if you want of what not to do, but try to keep everything loose.
It's English knitting.
Right, that's right.
Or right-handed knitting.
Right-handed knitting. Well, since I'm right-handed, we're going to do right-handed knitting. And really, for starting off, you should probably use some needles that are bigger than this. That was some excellent advice by our resident expert knitter, Jessica Knoll. These are size 10, which are a little too small. I had a size 11 that worked pretty well for me. You just keep going until we're almost done here. See, now I've already got it's too tight again because I'm bumping up my yarn. Okay. So now that's our next row. Okay. And to keep adding rows, we just keep on keeping on. All right. Now, the only way to get good at knitting, and I wouldn't say I'm good, but the only way to get better is to just keep practicing. So we're going to do a few more rows of these and then come back with what to do when you finish. Okay, so now we're back. We've got a few rows on here. That's fine. Now we're going to learn how to cast off, or basically end our thing. Now, obviously, you normally wouldn't make a scarf this tiny, but you know, that's all the time I have for today. So, to start casting off, just start like you're knitting. Are you doing okay there, videographer? Okay. Start like you're knitting. So knit the first 2 like you normally would. Okay. Now, okay, so now you should have 2 on your right stitch. So you're going to take this bottom one, pull it over that top one, like this, and off. Man, you got a lot of comments from the peanut gallery here. So do another stitch. Take this.
The needle, so it's a little easier.
Well, obviously, I'm not very good at this
You're doing fine.
because I haven't done many of these. Okay, but that's all you gotta do. Just keep pulling it off. Okay. And in the essence of time, okay, I'm going to cheat here. Okay. So when you're all done, you get something like this. Okay? Not a very useful scarf, but you know it is what it is. Okay. So hopefully this is showing you a little bit about the basics of how to knit. Okay? If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them in the comments section. You know, because those are so useful. But yeah, future video logs to follow.